Welcome back, guys, to Trails Through Daybreak 2, where another session begins with a sweep to get started, because we tried to get started last episode and ran straight into a quest, with Aaron having dealt with that, and with all the gambling also coolly done. Let's get through the Eastern Quarter's first ward, talking, and wonder what else there is to do, because if we go to the go-to section, we can see there's another quest in Newtown itself anyway. That is also our destination to go to for the actual story progress, where we have to progress through the Great Spire. But that will be a little while yet, because talking always happens first. He says, even though that is not how that worked out last time. Let's pick up a spark here. We talk with the car again. Pat it on the back, I don't know. When I met up with everyone again, they all greeted me with smiles like nothing had changed. Nobody was even angry at me, just worried. I'm so sorry, Aaron. I can't believe what I've done. I told you, it's all behind us now. Just remember to rely on your friends and help them in return. That's the best way to make up for it. Right, I understand. Also, the money.
All right, then.
The money. The 4SPG request fee. I already arranged for the mirror to be sent to your account. I promise I'll pay back every bit of that 500,000 mirror Aaron gave me, and I'll work extra hard to do it too. I don't want to ever cause problems for my friends again. Aaron needs a raise, yep. I'm real glad Ruli's back safe and sound, but man, were her eyes puffy. She was pretty pissed off at me for pointing it out, though. Same old Ruli. Sounds like that couple over there is really enjoying our food. The girl especially has been very complimentary. It's so nice to hear customers praise. What, couple? I think you're mistaking what's going on here. Were you always in those clothes, or are you in, like, cash gear currently? He's gone with the waistcoat look, has he? With the buff muscles? Oh, look at this guy. Strongest dress sense, maybe. Oh, it's Kasim and Mirabelle. I'd like to thank you again for all your support, you two. Well, we can't take all the credit. There's still a little ways to go before it's all finished, but at least the Eroded Cave is safe for the moment. That being said, the assessment of this area is still ongoing, so you figured you'd take a moment to kick back and grab a bite. The fat vest is straining, yeah. You know, I'm really not used to seeing like this. It's my public relations outfit. It's my public relations outfit. I'm meeting with some top brass in the Navy later. We're going to be participating in some military maneuvers soon. It's normal to rest before confrontations, is it not? Me and Kasim are pretty good at switching between work mode and play mode. Actually, you guys probably don't get much time to relax nowadays, huh? Maybe I should give you some of these. New Vita S. Nice. So this is what you like to drink. Thank you very much, Mirabelle. I'm surprised to see you making such fast friends with the Divine Blade of Silver, Arkride. Especially considering how she was at your throat a few months ago. Seems you're getting more popular all the time. Moments ago might be the better way to translate that. That's right. I wasn't so sure at first, but I gave in to Van's skills of persuasion eventually. As I remember it, you forced your way onto our team? Was that a mistranslation? I don't know. Or were you talking about the death game in Erasion? The food here is so good. I've made sure to tell the waitress every chance I get. I wonder if No, she was on our team! I wonder if I can make some of this back home. I'm not exactly great at cooking, though. I feel like that might have been a mishap. Anyway, that is to say, Gien has always treated local inns like ours with great respect. I can even remember him saying, Langport has only been able to thrive due to the contributions of people like yourselves. I just hope the man has a smooth recovery so we can visit again. I'll have all his favourite dishes prepared in celebration. I guess maybe they're hedging your bets that you didn't choose that as the... Maybe there's a canon route, but then we had like the carryover, didn't we? So I'm assuming it kept some of that data in it. This is my public battle attire for when I'm battling the public. You know how it is.
That's how it goes.
This is my stream battle attire, you know? Should refer to all my clothes like that. Technically, I do have specific clothes that are stream uniform. So, yeah. I guess I understand Kasim just a fair bit there. I want to talk to the vending machine. Maybe they become sentient at some point in time.
I can barely contain myself.
Contain yourself! Thank you again for your help getting the dragon chariot back. Now the auction can move forward as planned. We've already finished making our preparations, so all that's left is to greet the bidders. Now to make absolutely sure the auction goes smoothly. Everyone at this theatre is so enthusiastic and kind, actors and staff alike. I wish more people would come to appreciate not only the theatre, but its acting troupe as well. Perhaps I'll do my part to spread the good word.
Very well.
Very well. We still don't know all the facts about this tax evasion issue, but I'm just finding it a little hard to believe. When I first started working here, Fan would often give me some words of encouragement, especially when he saw me struggling with patrons. Needless to say, I've had a good impression of the Liu family ever since. Yeah, but feelings aren't... There's knowing someone and then there's knowing someone.
Oh, wow! It's back!
There's in passing and all that, and then there's actually knowing what they get up to. Evidence is the only thing that matters in this case. Not how you feel about Fan, but equally, like, it's just... You should bring up the fact that it's absolutely stupid for someone with the money to easily cover what he's got in trouble to. But then I say that, and everyone's got their offshore account somewhere in the real world, right? I know I shouldn't get bogged down in comparing myself to others, but how else am I supposed to grow as a performer? This is just something Linz was lecturing about earlier. Lindsay? Well, whatever. I have my own strengths to bring to the table. As long as I work hard, I'll be able to bring smiles to my patrons' faces. It's kind of that thing. You can always trust someone with money to work out a way to end up losing less of it, giving away less of it, or spending the portion they need to spend for the good and the bettering of humanity. No, sir. Won't do that. Always put everything we have into giving our patrons a memorable experience. Even when I'm on stage, I pray that my dance moves will give the audience respite from their everyday struggles. I'm very good with my words today, by the way. I don't think you noticed. Damn, talk about a nice car. Yeah, no kidding. Think they're going ahead with the auction still? It's not even a car when you think about it. Would you drive that around? No, because you'd mark it up and you'd lose its value. It's a showpiece and that's it. I can't even imagine how much the highest bid will be. Hey, maybe we can pull our mirror together to buy it. Are you crazy? It'd take both our lifetimes combined to make money like that. And then you wouldn't use it. Oh man, I wonder what the selling price will be. We might have to pay a little to attend the auction, but who cares? Skipping a few meals is nothing. Sheesh, Downey never changes, huh? Always spouting the first thing that comes to mind. The guy just never thinks before he acts. Honestly, it's the same when we're racing too. What a handful. Don't know if new gemsy things have respawned anywhere at this point. Give me the shards, I tell you. Doesn't look like any of the stores have anything new going down.
My noodles are the best in town.
Making noodles by hand is not only difficult, but requires careful technique as well. The craft takes a lot of skill. I'm hoping to learn all I can from my masters so that I can do it myself someday.
What'll you have?
Yeah, there really isn't anything
Come
new
again.
to buy. And everyone is one line of dialogue and that's it. I wanted to stop by the Great Spire observation deck on our way home from shopping, but they aren't letting anyone in right now. My daughter was really looking forward to it too. Oh well. We can't go to the observation deck? Oh, I wanted to see the sunset.
Hey, friend. Got some.
I'm planning to develop some Moshette products to go along with my Moshi line. What do you mean that's plagiarism? How rude. Look at those cute little money-making eyes of his. Would those eyes lie? It's fine, they're Moshi. They're not Mishi, so therefore they're not knockoffs, right? He's made his own distinct line.
Step right up.
I can personally confirm the potency of all our fermented foods. You're guaranteed to be satisfied with our product, although I understand that the smells can be a bit off-putting. But you'll never know how good it is until you try it, so why not give it a little taste test? Hey Aaron, mind helping me train sometime soon? We shouldn't. No, with the whole Liu family in danger right now, I want to make sure I'm strong enough to help. You sure seem a lot more fired up than usual. Alright, I don't mind giving you a few pointers. Still, don't feel like you need to jump into the fray. You'll have plenty more opportunities to show what you're made of in the future.
Right.
Right.
You're free to take a gander at my ware.
I've heard that a person's level of reading comprehension is dependent on how many books they've read before the age of 15. That's why I read so much. It's not just because I sell books. Reading helps me understand the world better. I mean,
take
to be honest,
great pride in all my merchandise.
that's when I did most of my reading. You know, I'm starting to think you only show up in Langport when trouble's afoot. At least there doesn't seem to be any major incident on the surface this time. Anyway, you just be careful, Van. Yeah, I appreciate the warning, old-timer. I read such books as, the Red Wall series, if anyone knows that. When I was... because they were all in the school library. Along such stuff as Homer's The Iliad. Because why not? First Van and now Ashen. I know I said I'd give my life to protect her, but the family steward told me to cool my head. He ordered me to stand on guard duty for now. Let us handle it. We'll make sure she gets back safely. Cool your head, because it's an inter-family conflict anyway in a regard. I may not know what you plan on doing, but I'm sure you have what's best for Langport in mind. I know how reliable you youngsters are, but just make sure to take care of yourselves out there. No worries needed, ma'am. Just you wait. Everything's going to be just fine. We don't know for sure how it'll go down, though. Just try and avoid Newtown for the time being, alright?
Alright then.
Alright then.
Come on in, Eddie.
Wow, you lot look exhausted. Well, maybe some of my food can help you out. We've got a whole buffet today. There's deep-fried scorpion with duck's blood, smoked snake meat, all of it sure to put the pet back in your step. Oh, you make it sound so good. I'd heard of those dishes before, but I've never actually had the chance to try them. Last time we had the opportunity, Kurogane came in just to spoil all my fun. And there we go. Sweep done. The blue marker is, of course, 7 hearts. That's one area. On to the next, second ward.
Want to take the scenic route?
I remember Red Wall, but have you considered Blue Roof? I just wanted to make a juxtaposition of what I read as well, because Red Wall being such a... Matthias, the hamster. Not the hamster. I called my hamster Matthias after the main character in some of the books. To be totally honest with you. But it's such a juxtaposition. The small animals book, if you know what I mean, anthropomorphic-ish, versus Homer's The Iliad is quite far apart, isn't it, for child reading? Amongst other such British classics as the Fantastic Five, if you know what I mean. Gambling is pretty popular in the second ward. In fact, we're even said to have a whole different class of gambler around here. That being said, I've been hearing a few rumors about a few gamblers who've been preying on women lately. I'm not familiar with all the details, but if you're planning to do any gambling, make sure to keep an eye out. What about the Secret 7? Oh yeah, them too. They've got dogs, right? That's how I ended up liking cats better, yeah. Langport's been dealing with a lot of issues recently. Despite that, the second ward is still as lovely as ever. It just has this lived-in feel to it, you know? Like you've stepped into another era and the townspeople only add to the atmosphere. I find the first ward charming as well, but the second ward is simply bursting with life. In fact, I think my reading list as a kid is pretty much like the obvious child of the era reading list, if you know what I mean. Lion Witch in the Wardrobe stuff as well, you know? Famous 5, you mean? Fantastic would be something else. I can't remember which one it is now. I think it's Famous, isn't it? Is it Fantastic? It's Famous, right? Fantastic 4. There's too many numbered people. That's American. This last batch of fish have a more unique looking pattern than I thought. Well, I guess that means the experiment worked. As long as I'm careful in raising them, I should be able to start selling them as a separate breed. Oh, sorry, seems like I got a bit lost in thought for a moment there. I was just checking on whether my crossbreeding worked. See that? Getting goldfish to pass on a 3-color pattern is incredibly difficult. But it seems I managed it just fine. I can't wait for Meishin and the others to see. Maybe it'll make for a nice distraction from all the stuff that's going on. What are you doing to these poor fish? I'm glad Meishin was able to make it through the cook-off without any issues, but I don't think it did very much to ease everyone's worries about Langport. I mean, the Liu family's in such a tight spot now. I hope Meishin doesn't have to deal with any extra hardship because of it. I just want things to be peaceful again, so we can relax and enjoy the goldfish, you know? Gotta enjoy the goldfish. The most important thing going here.
Welcome to Laifu Fondian.
Food is amazing.
I can't imagine what will happen to Langport after all of this. Well, come what may, I'll do everything in my power to protect not only Tian Tian, but the restaurant our father left us as well. I'm sure we'll be fine. After all, I spent the last 2 years fending off the Lai family. We'll get through this. We'll get through this indeed. As a kid reading Red Bull, I didn't know what a stoat was, but I knew they were evil. My sisters told me you should do anything to protect our restaurant, so I've got to do the same. I really hope I can grow up to be as good a chef as she is. A chef. But it's not just her cooking skills that amaze me. She's got the perfect personality for running a restaurant. That's why I want to help her protect it all, and I'll do my best to learn from her along the way. I mean, also around that time, of course, everyone remembers the animals of farthing wood if you're old as well, right? Oh wow, this food's really good. So these are the flavors of the East, huh? Yes, it's delicious. You can tell the chef has a lot of pride in their craft. And to think such exquisite food would come from an everyday restaurant. Just how did they manage to bring out these flavors? Perhaps the chef has extraordinary skill, or maybe the ingredients were really fresh today. I suppose it's no surprise everyone's been raving about their food lately. By the way, don't you think the townsfolk seem a bit worked up about something? Yeah, I've noticed that too. I think I heard someone mention the Lai and Lu families. Oh, aren't they a part of Heiwei? You know, perhaps it's time we start heading back to our hotel. Yeah, and Warship Down, of course I read that. It's like, British youth must learn about death and mortality via animals dying en masse. You know what I mean? Animals of Farming Wood did it 12. If you saw Animals of Farming Wood, you know exactly what I mean when I say the Shrike. The Shrikes. And that barbed wire fence. Whole families. Whole families. I may be an outsider, but even I could tell the whole Heiwei situation is nothing to involve myself with. I can't very well risk exposing Sinem and Monia to harm either, so I think we'll be heading back to our hotel a bit early tonight. We've already finished making all the purchases we needed to, so we thought it might be nice to have some dinner. The food here is wonderful, but I can't help worrying about the state of Langport at the moment. Sam is recalling all of his childhood traumas. I think they animated that too. I heard this whole town is under the control of an Eastern syndicate called Heiwei. I thought this trip would just be about sightseeing, but I guess there's more than one side of Langport. We don't have anything to do with Heiwei, but still, we don't get wrapped up in anything. I know you don't as well, young girl. I gave a distinctly not young girl voice. I do modify my voice slightly to be higher or lower depending on who it is, but... Yes, you sound like this today.
What a nice bath.
I wonder, what else should I teach Wang? Obviously, surfing didn't make the cut. You see, Wang taught me martial arts, so I've been wanting to teach him some other activities in exchange. Let me think, I've heard rock climbing's been taken off in the capital recently. Maybe he'd like that. That's just as bad as surfing. Quit while you're behind, bud. Hello, young lady. Didn't I see you eating gelato a minute ago? Oh, I see. You must be traveling with Aaron and the Spriggan. That's right. I go way back with these guys. Months back. By the way, your baths may be a little different from the ones back home, but they were still quite comfy, so thanks a bunch. Oh, I'm glad to hear it. Please feel free to come back anytime you like. Actually, wait a minute. You're saying you went into the baths already? I don't believe I ever saw you enter the changing room. She did say something about being in stealth mode when she popped into the men's bath. Ikaruga's stealth ability. It's astonishingly effective at concealing a human presence. It seems to be on the same level as Shard stealth. Sheesh, if you ask me, it just makes her even more annoying to deal with. It's been a while since I last worked the front. I'm glad I get the chance to meet such interesting people again. Sitting in one place for so long is starting to take a toll on these old bones, though. Well, hopefully my back will heal itself up soon, and I can get back to teaching my Tai-Shin classes. What's with that look? This body's a Tai-Shin machine. Just you watch, I'll be teaching for years to come.
Welcome to Shen.
We're going to use the bath to compensate the guy for what Shizuna didn't pay.
I hate getting sweaty, but I could get used to this.
That's how this is going down.
The steam feels quite pleasant.
Warrior Cats was a book or something? I'd never heard of that. That must be regional. That's how I put it.
All right, back in business, baby.
Stay warm out there.
For your country. Because, of course, all I think of, like, is Samurai Pizza Cats, who you're going to call when you need some pepperoni, which, by the way, is making a resurgence, isn't it, in a video game to come not too long. It's really weird when I saw that there's a Samurai Pizza Cats game coming out. What? How this whole mess with Hayway is going to work out is anyone's guess now. After all, it's not just a life family problem anymore. That being said, this isn't exactly a situation we can wait to blow over. Well, I've seen my fair share of troubles at the hands of the Lai family. If I got through those, I'll get through this one too. In the meantime, I'll do what I can to get everyone on the same page, alright? So don't worry about us second ward folk.
This next one is
Sure thing, Tanwa. Bet barely anyone knows what Samurai Pizza Cats is. Hey, we heard what happened, Aaron. Never thought you were the type. Guess you really are a scum. Let it go, you say. Man, couldn't you tell that was all a bunch of bull? Just ignore him, Aaron. I know you'd never stoop that low. Yeah, don't let them get to you. Looks like they must have heard that rumor that's been going around. Man, that really pisses me off. Just leave it for now. Not like they can talk about the same thing forever, you know. I guess. If we could just talk to Rui Li, I'm sure she'll take it all back. We've already done that quest. I knew it was a lie. Maybe it's just a woman's intuition, but that story was sketchy as hell. Given how hard you've been working to help everyone, I doubt the rumors hold any weight. We trust you enough to know you'd never do something like that, you know? So don't let it get you down, Aaron. Sorry, Aaron. Guess I got a little confused about things. I know you're not that kind of guy. I don't really get all the stories my grandma tells me about Hayway, but I'm not scared one bit. We've got lots of nice and strong people in town to help us. Hayway's history has always been full of schemes. The elders in particular have been keen on trying to outwit one another for ages now. Some families thrived in doing so, but others fell. Just look at the Lai family. The only reason they were able to obtain their position was because they elbowed out another family. Still, the scale of this incident is like nothing I've ever seen before. Ooh, you got double dialogue. I've seen a great deal in my years, but never anything like this. I have to wonder how the young ones reacted upon hearing the news, like my grandchild. They don't seem to be very frightened, at least. Perhaps they really will be alright in the end. Anyway, this is proof that times are indeed changing. Us all folk need to start thinking outside the box.
Ooh,
So,
this
what's
looks
on the
like a
menu?
good fishing spot.
I guess it's a case of wondering where we can get new big catches now that we know the system and how it works. We're Cats is a pretty big series. It has 9 whole series, special editions. Their author and publisher were British? What? Given how much time I spend with my richer patrons, I suppose it might seem a bit odd for me to say this, but I just can't see myself ever leaving the older side of town. It's home to me. Plus, I can't help feeling indebted to Taiwan. Waiting for it to reopen might not be such a bad idea. I mean, it's not exactly unheard of something from some place to be bigger else in another country than it is in, say, its own country. Like, you know,
Listen to this,
David
you guys.
Hasselhoff's music or something like that, you know? I never thought there'd be so many ways to play with bottles. You know, just that alone makes you wonder about the Germans. Like, why? Using them as instruments was my favorite. But the bowling was a close second. I can't believe they didn't break. Yeah, I know. Thanks for coming up with all those ideas. Wait, you came up with a lot of cool things too. Like using them to trap fish? Actually, isn't there a book that teaches you how to do that? Really? Well, I always see fish hiding in driftwood, so I figured bottles would work the same. It was just a feeling I had, that's all. It's pretty amazing that you're as smart as an author, though. Alright, shouldn't we check on the bottle traps now? Yeah, let's go see what we got. Smart as an author? We really make a great team, Jinqui. I feel like we can do anything together. I always have fun playing with Su Young. It's like we're always on the move. It also gives me a chance to try things I wouldn't get to otherwise. Hello, Zhaoling. Thanks again for all your help earlier, and sorry for getting you wrapped up in our family drama. It was no big deal. Taking on requests is our job. Still, that business with Gao Lang has been bugging me. Yeah, we fought him over at the Eroded Cave too. Definitely seems like the guy's got a few screws loose. Kasim described him as a combat fanatic. It should be noted we're still unsure what his full strength may be. Oh, that's right. I forgot you ran into him. Who went for Gao Lang? My brother might have never... Well, there's no need to go on about that now. At the very least, we've broken down one barrier. I actually just got back from walking my brother to the station. He's heading to the capital. It was odd seeing the station so quiet, though. Alright, understood. Leave the patrolling to me then. Maybe I'll even pick up some information along the way. Anyway, that should give you enough time to focus on what you need. Sorry, I don't mean to put so much work on your plate. Oh, I'm a failure of a bracer, aren't I? Hey, it's fine to need a little help sometimes. It's nothing to worry yourself over. I mean, we're friends, right? I can't thank you enough, Binsui. I guess I'll just have to work even harder to make it up to you. Now the hayway's down for the count, it's almost like the guild is Langport's last line of defense. I'll do everything I can to protect the peace. I just got back from the station. It was pretty strange seeing it so quiet. Everything just felt off. When disciples of the Gecko School come together, we can do just about anything. I want to help Xiaoling out as much as I can with her bracer job. Which is why I'm trying to get the rest of us to handle some of the smaller issues for her. That way she can tackle the more important stuff. Yes, Mr. Foremost Fighter.
Yeah, it's more.
Really how he fits in this puzzle extra is a thing to think about, considering now Cao Li is in the frame. We don't know for certain. I almost feel like manipulation of Cao's going on, but you just don't know with Cao. I like to think that Cao is also smarter than this. Than to, like, go for a coup. Like, he's got soft power already. It doesn't even look that long until he might have hard power too, in that sense, just by continuing on this path. I don't know. He's so smart, he's manipulating himself, yeah. I can't believe someone in the Liu family was pulling the strings the whole time. Now that I think about it, how did Cao Li end up in service of the Liu family in the first place? What if he... No, it's probably best not to speculate too much. Okay. Background of Cao could be interesting, yes. Oh, hello, Aaron. Mr. Arkride. I heard about what happened, although I only know the broad strokes. I knew he was behind the Lai family's betrayal. Sounds like you had your suspicions about Gao Lang from the start. In that case, mind filling us in? What do you know about that guy? I'm afraid there's not a great deal to tell. I only served as his master for a short period, after all. But he originally began his training in a Lai family dojo. As I'm sure you can imagine, he displayed incredible prowess for the martial arts. Seeking to hone his skill even further, he decided to train at our school for some time. I believe that was about 5 years ago now. As before, he showed overwhelming proficiency with the craft and then challenged us to a duel. I'm guessing Lilian was there at the time. That's correct. After losing the battle, my son felt the need to reject everything he had learned for himself, including the path of the warrior. Apparently, after dwelling on it for some time, he came to the conclusion that the Gecko School could no longer offer him a life he wanted. Our highest-ranking pupils, our masters, none of them could best Gao Lang. However, Gao Lang clearly had no wish to take over our dojo. He simply left the battle with a dissatisfied expression on his face. It was as if he felt there was something he still lacked. He's been chasing stronger and stronger challenges ever since. Can't even imagine what's going on in that guy's head. Guess it doesn't really matter, though. If he really is involved with this whole Hayway shakeup, he's going to have to deal with me. I see you're choosing to face him then. Well, if that's your choice, I won't stand in your way. Just know that he is the most extraordinary warrior the Gecko School has ever known. Overcoming him will be far from simple. Remember this, Aaron. Show him everything you've learned thus far. Right, I'll make damn sure I win. How long is the most extraordinary warrior the Gecko School has ever known? Overcoming him will be far from simple. Remember this, I'll show him. Thanks for saying the same thing again, buddy. We get it. He's being really bigged up. That doesn't work for me. But that said, we've now checked out this area, so we move on to the Harbour District next on our continuing sweep. What is the White Orchid Dragon up to? No matter how far we attempt to be, Hayway still manages to skirt by regulations. This uproar isn't going to affect them one bit. We're going to need to keep a better eye on them from here on out. Calvard certainly likes to talk fighters up, doesn't he? That's all the merch for today. Thanks for the help in getting it loaded. I just wish the space wasn't so compact. It takes forever to get things squared away. Maybe we ought to start asking for more mirror. Hey, got a new scam you want to talk about? You may be the crafty one, but I'm the guy who puts your plans into action. Didn't sound like he was talking about a scam.
So that's Marduk.
That is Marduk's boat. Not specifically Marduk.
Okay. Next ship should be...
I've got my hands full here.
Regardless of my home country, I'll say are economic rivals. However, our trade systems function very similarly. That's why we not only have to make sure to maintain good relations with Calvard, but to keep a close eye on trends in each nation as well. Still want to play more basketball, do you? I know there's a whole lot of social upheaval going on right now, but who wants to think about that? I just want to play some b-ball, man. No better way to relieve stress, you know? I guess your dialogue doesn't change. Last year, I got in a mix-up with a few gangsters over some junk I happened to pick up. I've been more careful about the stuff I sell ever since. Don't want that kind of mess coming my way again.
Take a look if you want.
You know we were part of that whole situation, right? We were there, we know. I'll buy a nether cloth for the 4 beasts, why not?
Thanks.
Completely useless, but... The Central East seems to be doing quite well these days. I'm just glad the trade routes we've established with them have no involvement with Hayaway. I'm noticing that Ensign Glasley keeps getting loaned out to other departments all by himself lately. Truth be told, there's rumors going around that he's been selling munitions on the black market. You think he'd try to be a little less conspicuous about it? Why aren't you... So why aren't you doing anything about it then? We have suspicion. We pretty much blatantly know. Aren't you military police? You're not gonna do a thing? Okay then. Well, that area was quickly checked out, though there's one person still to speak to. Is it Professor Cronkite? Nope, it's Fisherman. We got us another big haul today. Seems Lavo Gulf's just swarming with fish. That cat wants some. You know, considering I'm already out and about, why don't I take on a little night fishing? It's been a while since I had the chance. Not like the grandkids will need help anytime soon. Actually, maybe I should give them a call first.
I bet we could fish here.
Maybe you should.
So, what's on the menu?
Night fishing. Okay, we already got the puffer big catch, I'm pretty sure.
Very well.
It's just the puffer big catch. Yeah, keeping track of this now is going to be an absolute nightmare. But we'll make do. Right, with 3 areas checked out, let's go over to Newtown.
Let's be on our way.
And maybe pick up the quest first? Considering we're right next to the board and all. It's been a year and a half since my husband moved to Langport for work, and I'm still completely enamored with Eastern culture. I'm a stay-at-home wife, so I can take little day trips while my husband is away. Although I should probably head home so I can prepare dinner. This has been a short sweep when you think about it. We got 3 areas done in half an hour.
Now, what's it say?
There's a 4 SPG on the bulletin board. Cave Monstrum. Monstrum Nox. According to recent intel, a dangerous monster, the Mercure Flower, has been sighted at the Eroded Cave. We would greatly appreciate you taking care of this beast in the guild's stead. I gotta go back. It's dangerous over there. I can just warp. Can I warp all the way in?
Let's do this.
Well, that seemed quick enough. So I heard you wanted to just do the quest and easily leave in like 2 seconds time. Oh, brilliant. I'll take that. What we fighting? Lots of small fry by the look of it. Time to S-craft. A fearsome foe is prowling around. Exterminate.
Watch out. You're up against a large group.
Rosette's on a critical.
Now's a good time to boost.
I think we'll let Rosette do the job.
I suggest we strike now.
You suggest we strike now, do you? I don't know if we necessarily need to at this point in time. I mean...
Going all in!
Here goes!
Chance!
It is a chance, yes.
Use a shard boost to get the upper hand. Activating
Think
skill.
fast! Take this!
Here's my chance.
Here's your chance, indeed.
Energy output max.
Mystic Vision. Clone.
Going all in!
Death Blow critical.
Some elements look effective. Activating skill.
Watch closely. Accelerate. It's over. Radiant Seeker.
Boost gauge limiter removed.
Well, you were dead anyway.
way to fire me up.
Freeze, sure hit. We've got the side attack bonus, sure hit.
Right now.
She just can't miss. Okay, we get it. You can't miss.
This is it. Silver wins.
It's go time!
Now's
And
a
the
good
back
time
of the
to boost.
monster is where? Yes, this
Don't
is the
hold
back.
anything back.
Talon barrage! My move now.
No, did he get sealed?
Use a shard boost to get the upper hand.
Here goes.
I'm assuming that's a yes.
Activating
Not
shield.
getting away. Blast off! Go.
Here's my chance.
Not doing much damage, is our enemy at this point in
Energy
time?
output max.
I'm assuming I
Display
cannot
data.
death blow this guy, but it might actually happen.
Going all in!
Activating skill.
Prepare yourself.
I'm just playing off death blows now. Mute 2.
That's one more case done and dusted.
That was quick.
Reward deposited.
Thank you. Rosette carry at the moment. Rosette is truly carrying. Well, back to Newtown then.
Let's do this.
Smashed it in the blink of an eye.